This Saturday, if Arsenal hopes to contend for the Premier League title this season, they must defeat Fulham in another crucial match. The club from North London is currently far behind in the Premier League standings. They have, however, had a very encouraging recent run of play. As it happens, Arsenal has now won 4 straight games with ease. Unfortunately, not all of the news from the Emirates is positive. James Cole gave a bad report on 2 of Arsenal's key players in an interview with Sky Sports News. The reporter, who was covering from Arsenal's training field, observed that on Friday morning, Gabriel and Riccardo Calafiori were not working out outside with the club. Cole provided an update on the 2 Arsenal defenders from London Coney. The reporter reported that he had been informed that Calafiori and Gabriel train alone indoors and that they were not training with the rest of the team. Gabriel's absence is a huge setback because of the high regard he has received for his achievements this season. Riccardo Calafiori and Gabriel weren't present for that victory, were they? Recently, both have been having difficulties, Cole stated. Unfortunately, neither of the players has shown up on the turf at Arsenal's training field this morning. However, as they play on Sunday, this is matchday -2 rather than matchday -1. They are reportedly training indoors. Mikel Arteta doesn't reveal much on Gabriel and Calafiori's fitness, but I'll attempt to acquire more information from him later. It's possible that Arsenal will start the match against Fulham without some of their most important defensive options. Ben White and Takahiro Tomiyasu are also still out, in addition to Calafiori and Gabriel. Tomiyasu has been sidelined for the majority of the season, while White is out due to knee surgery he had a few weeks ago. Against Fulham, Arsenal might have to start with a somewhat improvised lineup. With all due respect, Fulham is a more formidable opponent than the Red Devils these days, but Arsenal is probably going to deploy a squad akin to the one that defeated Manchester United in the middle of the week. Fulham is not to be taken lightly. The Whites are currently in 6th place in the Premier League and have scored in 13 straight Premier League games, setting a club record. The Cottagers may pose Arsenal some issues this weekend because former Arsenal players Emile Smith-Rowe and Alex Iwobi are currently playing well. After all, last season, Marco Silva's team did defeat Arsenal by 4 points. Arsenal is ready for another Premier League title challenge after stepping up in recent weeks. The Gunners were inconsistent and had a number of injuries at the beginning of the season, but now they appear to be clicking. Arsenal defeated Manchester United 2-0 at the Emirates Stadium in their previous Premier League match, causing Ruben Amorim to suffer his first loss as manager of Manchester United. Their goals for the evening came from William Saliba and Jurrien Timber, as the Red Devils fight was ultimately overcome in the second half. Paul Merson believes that against Manchester United, the Gunners displayed one of their greatest strengths. Against Manchester United, Arsenal, who have become the Premier League set-piece champions, used corners to deadly effect. With the Gunners, it has become somewhat of a recurrent theme, and set-piece coach Nicolas Jover has become a key player behind the scenes. The top of the standings. Since the international break in November, the Gunners have been virtually unstoppable, scoring 15 goals in 4 games while giving up just 3 goals. Declan Rice whipped in a corner kick that Jurrien Timber headed home at the near post to give Arsenal the lead against Manchester United in the 54th minute. The Gunners then struck in the 73rd minute after another set piece, with William Saliba scoring the winning goal after a corner from Bukayo Saka. Even though Arsenal has performed well, they still have a lot of work to do as they still trail Premier League leaders Liverpool by 7 points. Paul Merson, a veteran of Highbury, has finally clarified what Arsenal must do to have a chance of overtaking the Reds at the top.